So picture this. Off the coast of California, near Long Beach, there's this strange, new giant just sitting on the seafloor. It's not a shipwreck, not some weird rock formation. Nope. It's a massive concrete orb, and it's quietly gulping and releasing seawater. Okay, let's dive into this, because we need to figure out what in the world is going on here.
I mean, it seems completely backwards, right? You've got engineers celebrating a device that is a total failure if it floats. It's a paradox. So let's unravel this thing. Why would anyone on Earth intentionally build a battery that's meant for the bottom of the ocean?
Well, this is the StEnSea project. It's a team-up between Germany's Fraunhofer IEE and their US partners StEnSea. And that giant concrete ball on the seafloor, it's actually a pretty revolutionary new way to store clean energy. It works by harnessing the immense, totally natural pressure of the deep sea.
But before we get into how it works, we really need to talk about why it even exists. This whole technology is designed to solve one of the single biggest headaches in our transition to clean energy. Here's the fundamental problem. Solar panels, they're fantastic, when the sun is blazing at high noon. And wind farms are great, but only when it's gusty. The issue is, our demand for electricity is pretty much constant. We flip a switch, we want the lights to come on. This mismatch between when we make clean energy and when we actually need it is a huge challenge for the stability of our power grid.
So the bottom line is, we need better storage. We need a way to save all that extra power for later. And yeah, we have some solutions, but they're not perfect. Lithium-ion batteries are great for quick bursts, but they're expensive and rely on a ton of resource-intensive mining. And then there's pumped hydro, which works, but you need huge amounts of land and some major construction permits. StEnSea is promising a totally different path.
And this, of course, brings us right back to our sunken giant. So let's break down how this incredible system taps into the raw, brute force power of the ocean itself.
First, let's just talk about the scale here for a second. The pilot sphere being tested off the coast of California is 9 meters across. That's about 30 feet. And it weighs around 400 tons. So we are talking about a serious piece of engineering.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's honestly brilliant in its simplicity. First, when you have surplus electricity from solar or wind farms, a pump pushes water out of the holosphere. Second, the immense pressure of the deep ocean, all that water, is trying to crush the sphere and force water back in. That creates a massive amount of stored potential energy. Third, when the grid needs that power, valves open up and whoosh, water rushes back inside. And fourth, that rushing water spins a turbine, generating electricity. It's basically a pumped hydro plant, but instead of a mountain, it's using the depth of the ocean.
This is what the experts call long-duration storage, and it is a complete game-changer for grid stability. Get this, a single one of these spheres is projected to supply enough electricity for a typical US home for about a year, and it can just keep cycling over and over again for an expected 50 to 60 years.
But the story gets even more interesting. This isn't just some industrial power plant sitting on the ocean floor. It's also designed to become a thriving marine habitat. Now, the engineers knew people might be concerned about, dropping giant concrete structures onto the seafloor, and as Dr. Bernhard Ernst from Fraunhofer IIE says, the goal from the very beginning was to create a design that actually supports marine life while it's quietly storing our energy.
And this shows exactly how they did it, which is so clever. The US partner StEnSea uses large-format 3D printing to create this rough, textured bioreceptive surface on the spheres. This textured skin basically invites algae, corals, and other invertebrates to attach, turning the whole structure into an artificial reef that provides shelter for fish and boosts local biodiversity.
So this pilot project in California is just the beginning. If it proves successful, you better believe the team is already thinking much, much bigger. Just take a look at this. The team is already sketching out what future spheres could look like. We're talking 30 meters across. That's nearly 100 feet. These much larger units would have a way higher capacity, making them even more valuable for stabilizing entire national power grids.
So where could we actually see these? Well, if the California trial works out, you could see arrays of these things popping up along the Pacific Northwest, New England, and the Gulf Coast. But really, the potential is global. Any place with deep coastal waters like near Norway or Japan could be prime candidates for this tech.
Which really leaves us with a final fascinating question. For centuries, we've looked at the deep ocean as this vast, empty, maybe even scary mystery. But what if its immense depth and crushing pressure aren't a scary void,
but are actually one of our greatest allies in the transition to clean, reliable energy for decades to come.